Hey there, here's a quick little lesson to kind of warm up your right and your left hand to get the two coordinated a little bit. These are fifth string root arpeggios. We're going to base this out of a C major chord. We're going to move up the neck. And once we move that up the neck, we have to bring our open strings with us. So we're going to start with our pinky on the fifth fret of the fifth string. That's D. Ring finger's going to go to the fourth fret of the fourth string, F sharp. Pointer finger goes to A on the second fret of the third string. Middle finger's going to play D on the third fret of the second string. Pointer finger goes to the second fret of the first string. Pinky goes to the fifth fret of the first string. So that shape's going to be like so. You notice I kind of threw a little hammer on and pull off here on the first string, kind of jazzed up a little bit. So a bunch of things you can do with this. One is it's great as opposed to like a normal scale pattern. You're playing a bunch of notes on the same string, or at least multiple notes. This is one note per string, and often the hardest part of any musical passage is the string change. So with an arpeggio, you're just practicing picking across the string changes. The other is you have to get your fingers just dialed in. You don't want this to sound, you don't want all the notes to ring out. You want only one note to ring at a time, much like a voice would work. A voice can't sing more than one note at the same time. You can't sing la la and have them both play at the same time. Our voice is monophonic. So you want to make sure your finger's like rolling across the fretboard, so as you play one finger, as you push the other finger down, you're lifting just after, so you still get a legato line, but it doesn't sound. Now as far as picking, I like to warm up with doing a little bit of sweeping and alternate picking. I play my arpeggios both ways. A sweep pick, lightly angle your pick down and just kind of drag it across the strings. I'll pick all the way down, and then on the way back up, pick up. That's really fast, but I also like to practice everything alternate picked, because when I'm playing scale work, I like to do pretty strict alternate picking. So I'll play down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, which can be really challenging. So a lot of people have a tendency to want to drag or sweep, which is great to know how to do, especially if you're doing little or when you're ripping something like that. But in general, it's really nice to keep the rhythmic line by having an alternate picking going on. So anyway, this shape's great, and once you kind of get the technique of it down, you can move it to different spots. For instance, this is D major, D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, and you move your way up the neck. You can go to E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp to B, and it gives you a way to start making sure you know all your notes in the fretboard. Because on a scale, if say you're playing in C, it's like a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You kind of memorize your key signatures and you just kind of say it scalarly. But if you're playing arpeggios, you have to kind of think, oh, this is G, this is my third B, this is my fifth D, here I'm back to the root G, here I am at B to D. So one last thing to think about with this as you're working on these and moving them around is make sure your fingers are staying as close to that next fret as you can. We talked about it earlier in note placement. You want to use a light touch, and you want to stay as close to that next fret wire as you can. So anyway, I think I'm going to use this today with my students instead of playing just regular scale stuff to really focus on some arpeggios. For an advanced player, I feel like doing arpeggios, scales, and slurs and stuff like that is all of those are really important. So anyway, good luck with that. Have fun. Thanks.